edition of 360 Sports this semester. My name is Luke Stefanisco. I'm joined alongside my awesome producer crew of Gabby Vocio, Haley Miller, and Brennan Kirkpatrick. And although this is a producer show, we'll get to the fun stuff about the show a little bit later. We got to start with sports. That is our show after all. And Brennan Kirkpatrick's been riding a little bit high. His Buffalo Sabres are in the playoffs for the first time in a long time, and they're looking to win their first playoff series since 2007. Tough loss to the Bruins last night, but can they get it done?
Look, it's all right. Tough loss last night, but it's tough to win in 5 anyways. This is a Buffalo team, doesn't have a lot of playoff experience. Haven't made the playoffs since I was 6 years old, let alone win a series. That happened when I was 3. So I was barely conscious to see anything close to this happening. It's really good. It's a really good squad. Playing on the road really well. So go back to Boston, really confident in their chances to take a game 6. I said it before the series, Sabres in 6. See if they can get it done. I think they can.
I mean, I agree. That sounds terrible because I'm a Boston fan, but the Sabres have won at Boston, so that little edge of playing at home has not gone their way. They've been outscored terribly. Like, they've only had 1 goal a game at home. And the Sabres are just a better team to me. The Bruins snuck in at the end. They haven't really quite figured out their identity in the playoffs. They don't know who's, stepping up. It changes every game. And that lack of identity might just kill them.
See, I don't watch a lot of NHL, but all I know is the Bruins have a lot more experience in the playoffs than the Sabres. I don't know. That's all I have to say, really.
I don't know. I mean, they're playing really well. They have some experience on the team, whether or not with the Sabres. Lindy Ruff is a playoff caliber coach. You brought in guys like Logan Stanley. You have a guy like Alex Tuck, who was there with Vegas, won a cup. A couple of cup winners on the team, actually. So the key players like Darlene and your Tage Thompsons, they don't have the necessarily playoff experience, but they brought in some guys. I think it was an outstanding effort by Jarmo Kekalainen coming in midway through the season to kind of build this team up. And little foreshadowing, we'll touch on the Sabres later, but and how they got to this point. But about this series, they're playing really well right now. So hopefully they'll be able to move on.
Can we just talk about how Tage Thompson is the funniest hockey player alive? That dude does nothing but spam one-timers on any power play.
Well, that is the entire Sabres power play, and it's been their power play for about a couple of years now with Tage Thompson.
How does it work?
How
are you not the worst in the NHL? Well,
right,
Flyers are.
We have if it makes you feel any better, we have 1 power play goal in the month of April.
That's fair.
So we're 0 for our last 30. Actually, the last one came in the game last night, Rasmus Dahlin. So. Yeah, it hasn't really been great. They have to make some adjustments on that front. It really sucks to see a guy like Noah Ostlund go down. But it's okay. Prayers up to him, but we'll see how that power play improves, which it really needs to if they want to make it farther in the playoffs.
I think the rest of the series goes the way Swayman goes. In the games that Boston has been bad, he's been bad. When he's been good, they've stood a chance. And he got peppered last night in that OT period, and he was fine, which was surprising to see. I mean, I watched him get peppered, and then immediately the puck just flies down the ice. Pasternak's right there. He's not missing that chance. So I think it really comes down to him in Boston. If they want to win, it has to run through him. And it was, again, an odd night for Boston yesterday with the Celtics losing when they probably should have won. And then the Bruins winning when they probably should have lost. It's just a weird night for Boston sports. As a Sixers fan, I did not expect the Sixers to win last night. I thought the Bruins were going to be the team that would lose because the Celtics won. That's a lot.
It's been happening the whole time. Yeah.
We'll stick with the Boston theme, I guess, and we'll move on to baseball. Philadelphia gets included here in my squad, but the Red Sox and the Phillies fired their managers due to terrible performances. Philly Rob Thompson, Alex Cora. Yeah, not a great start for either of these clubs, and they made the move early on. Can they get back to winning baseball and maybe make the postseason? Who knows?
I mean, listen, it's really early to tell. It's really early in the season, but I know the Red Sox. I'm wearing an Ortiz jersey today, but the Red Sox, they're not going to make the playoffs. I'm going to be quite honest. We don't have a coach. If we don't get a good coach, I don't see us going very far this year.
I don't know about the season yet. I think I'm just happy he's gone. That sounds terrible, but never wanted him back in the first place. And a lot of people said he deserved the credit for the 2018 World Series win. To me, he didn't deserve anything. They already had the identity when they came in that season. Everybody knew their role. You had returners and new people, kind of like the Celtics had when they won the championship, just to fill those gaps. And people stepped up. I mean, gonna insult Yankee fans, Brock Holt hitting for the cycle. So it's been, but it's been nice to see that. So having him gone, I think it's the biggest way to turn the season around. They still need to figure out their identity, but his lack of decision making in starting lineups every day, their starting pitchers not even knowing what's happening, that whole lack of identity, I think, just made it ultimately impossible for them to get out of last place because you didn't know what you were doing each day. I mean, Meyer, Durbin, kind of Falefa, like they played different positions every day, or they were off. There was no consistency, which makes it really hard to settle in.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Cora, the season he had, obviously deserves to get fired. I think if another team were to scoop him up, maybe like the Phillies, They tried. He could have been pretty good elsewhere, maybe just a change of scenery. That's all it takes. Because again, you can't take that 2018 World Series away from him. To his credit, he did win that. But it's just about these players not performing for the most part, either of these teams. I mean, you look at that entire Red Sox outfield, this super hyped up outfield. I speak to Red Sox fans. That's all they talked about. And it is not going well right now. Nor with the Phillies. I mean, the pitching is more the case on that hand. I mean, it's everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
But the two divisions they play in too, the Red Sox, I mean, the AL East is just a bloodbath, like with all those teams. I mean, the Yankees, obviously, the Blue Jays were just in the World Series. No, they're struggling a little bit. But then you got the Rays, who will just never go away. One of the best run organizations in baseball, given the cards they're dealt with. And the Orioles got a couple of pieces. The American League East, I mean, maybe a little bit easier right now, but the Braves are playing like one of the best teams in baseball. You got a team like the Nationals who have a couple pieces. And, of course, I mean, shout out Matt Becker's Mets, which are right there with you. So
No,
but
At least we're not the Mets. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's fair. No, the NL East is like the picture of the Dragons. Like one's like the dragon with his tongue out, and then there's like the actual good team in the Braves. It's just four of them in the Braves. That's how the NL East is right now. I will go to bat for Alex Cora here. I don't think the offseason set him up for success.
No.
I don't think Ranger Suarez should have been the signing as starting pitcher for the Red Sox because you already have a couple lefties in your rotation. Why are you adding Suarez when you could probably get a righty in and it makes your rotation better in my mind?
See, but I don't like that Cora sent Tully down because Peyton
that's what I mean.
to
But
me,
if Ranger Suarez is not signed, Peyton Tully doesn't have to go down.
But I think Ranger Suarez always had a spot. I think Sonny Gray took Peyton Tully's spot, which doesn't matter. One of them took his spot, and when he came up, he was the one who stepped up. I feel like losing the last part of the team you had last year that actually had success didn't make any sense to me. But I still blame him for the Devers mess because that one was on him.
And I'm going to miss Devers. I know my dad doesn't like Devers.
Do you see what Devers is hitting this season?
Yeah, I do now. And
yeah, but again, back to the identity of the team. You signed Devers to be your franchise player,
And now he's
then
gone.
you benched him at the last second without giving him a heads up that you were going after Bregman to take his position and change how he plays. Because Devers has always operated where he does better when he has a chance to play in the field because it can combat him maybe struggling at the plate just to get settled and make a routine play, something like that. But when you're just sitting for 3 innings before you hit, he doesn't know how to operate that way.
Well, I think it's the same thing of he can play first base. Like it's not that drastic of a switch in the major leagues. You're a professional fielder. You've played third base your entire career. I'm sure I sound like a lot of other Red Sox fans when I say this. He could have played first base. And
that's exactly what my dad says. He could have done this. He could have done that. But at the end of the day, like you said, they were signing him as his franchise player. But we see he's not in Boston anymore. That's all I have to say.
Okay, the first base thing, I do agree, but the fact that EA told him to hang up his glove, he was never going to go back in the field because Bregman was going to be the field player, and they didn't think he was good enough to play in the field. Because my mom says the same thing. She goes, he let the team down by not doing that, but I think the idea that you told him he was so bad he couldn't stay in the field, and then now you need him to go to first base when you were already training a ton of people to play first base is kind of unfair to ask somebody after telling them that they suck essentially and can't play in the field, that they now need to go back to the field.
See, I just think that's how baseball is. I think that happens. And I think that there was unexpected injuries, obviously, Tristan Casas last season. That led to that. He wasn't supposed to be at first base, but you have a guy that's sitting there not doing anything. You're going to naturally ask him to play first base. And I'll use the Phillies as an example before I get into my rant on Rob Thompson in Philadelphia. But Bryce Harper did a similar thing. Reese Hoskins went down with an ACL tear a couple years ago. Bryce Harper never played first base in his life, made the move, was a Gold Glover up until this season where he decided to forget how to play first base. But I think you see it in other teams. And with Rob Thompson's firing, I don't think it's totally on him, to be quite honest. I think this is more of a scapegoat of someone Red Sox fans are familiar with, and Dave Dombrowski scapegoating another manager in this point. Rob Thompson, sure, his bullpen decisions are questionable. Sometimes his lineup decisions are very questionable. But again, it's the horses he's been given to work with. Jesus Luzardo is a great pitcher if you look at his StatCast page. If you look at him pitching in real life, you realize that the ERA is inflated and his stuff is great, but it's hard sometimes when it's getting hit out of the ballpark. That's the problem with it. Zach Wheeler is now 36 years old. His fastball's down in velo. He's not going to be the same pitcher he was. Christopher Sanchez is great. Don't hate him. Taijuan Walker was this guy's number 4 starter for a large part of the season. Taijuan Walker, he's terrible. He can't pitch.
Yeah.
And I'm just, it is what he was given, and he was not given anything great. Alec Bowman, Bryson Stott are barely major league players at this point. I could go on and on for this rant and just say that the Phillies window slammed shut in 2023, and it hasn't been open since then.
Yeah, players are only getting older, too. I mean, you have that core that's only aging, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper. Yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation in Philly because you look up the team on paper, and you feel like they should be
on paper.
Yeah.
And you feel like it should be good, and you're getting that product.
I would completely agree. Exactly that statement.
Yeah, I don't know that they necessarily went after the right person. It'd be interesting to see if they kept him and changed something else in management, how the team would fare.
It should have been Dave Dombrowski and Kevin Long. But I'll digress on that, and I'll move on before I take up too much of our time on this segment because I got a lot of thoughts on it. One of the best things about 360 Sports is actually what happens off air. There's a lot of banter and predictions that go off air as well as stuff that goes on air that we are horribly wrong about. We've talked about it at length. So let's discuss some of the worst things we've heard this year and some that's been horrifically wrong.
I guess I'll start. There was a social media segment. We wanted to pick the college football national champions, and I picked Oregon. It wasn't too bad, but I want to highlight 2 people. Chase Brosen said the Missouri Tigers, which I don't want to talk about that. And Caden Gill said the LSU Tigers. So yeah, I just don't mean to call them out, but they said it, not me.
The couple people that picked Penn State too.
Yeah,
kind of questionable
highlight
season.
them.
Yeah.
I picked Miami. I was right there. I was right there.
Yeah.
Shout out Luke. Shout out them.
Yeah.
I mean, sticking with Caden, I'm pretty sure he was on the basketball show where they said at the start of the season, sorry, Caden. They said at the start of the season, the Celtics were going to suck because they lost all of their pieces to make money, save it in the long run, don't have to pay the luxury tax. And then Jason Tatum obviously going down with the Achilles tear. They said we wouldn't be there. I shouldn't say we, but I feel like a we right now since I was one of the few people that stood by the Celtics. And they ended up in the exact same position they were before. Like they stayed in second place. They still had a relatively good season despite their very awful performance last night, partly on coaching decisions. But I feel like that take might have been the bad one because they all were very much in that basketball segment. Like they're going to suck, they're going to suck, they're going to suck. Well,
here we are.
Second place.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like for the most part, there's a lot of like clean takes, and I can't really think anything off the top of my head right now. The one thing I do want to do, and I guess a lot of people, mostly my roommates, waiting for me to do this one. I will personally bite the bullet on my own bad take. I want to issue a formal apology to my guy on the Pittsburgh Pirates, O'Neal Cruz. I see some people air clapping in the background, but O'Neal, I am sorry for everything that has come out of my mouth about you before the season, after the first game of the season, and anything else I've said after you. You have time and time again this year proved me wrong, and you are carrying my fantasy team right now, which sounds a little bit what's the word I'm looking for right here? Pathetic, maybe, that I have him on my team. So I would just like to apologize. Keep up the good work. Maybe you could hustle a little bit more every now and again, but you know what? If you're hitting 10 home runs and going to join the 50-50 club, that'll be forgiven. I will bite the bullet personally on that take I've continued to have. I feel like it's a good time to get that off my chest.
I don't know how to follow that up, to be quite honest.
That
is
wow.
a soliloquy of
Yeah.
what you just said.
That was a bet? Like,
No.
that felt like a prompt to read, like, scripted somebody.
I know. I was just
Yeah.
thinking about it, and like I've been pretty hard on the boy O'Neal. Maybe I should give him a little more support He's on my Pirates. So, yeah, that's
All right.
came straight from the heart, though.
Wow, yeah, we could feel it. We
Thank
felt-
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This happened off air for me. I think I'm quoted as saying Paul George should have been cut after he was suspended this season from the Sixers, which, knee-jerk reaction is okay. But he became playoff P down the back half of the season and actually started playing basketball again, which I'm not used to seeing from Paul George. So, again, Mr. George, I apologize. I wish you didn't take those steroids or whatever you took. You could have had the 18 games that could have had the Sixers in a better spot. But, you're back to playing basketball, Return of the Mac. Everyone loves that song. You're the first guy in NBA history with 3 theme songs. You were washed. Now you're back. You might not be a Sixer next year. I hope you enjoy, the lovely city of Phoenix, maybe.
Potentially.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't know where he's going. Unless you win. Unless Paul George wins, he's probably heading out of Philadelphia. That's all I got. Any last minute?
I don't got anything.
Any
else.
last minute
No.
other?
I'm trying to think here.
I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
We talked about the bad. Let's talk about some good for a little bit. We've had a lot of teams that we've talked about at different points that have struggled. Some have actually turned it around. So we're going to go around the table, talk about one team this season that really picked it up and identify the moment that we think they fixed everything.
I think you're up first.
All right. I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. I mean, they were 5-12 in 2025 or 2024, and now they were 11-6 last season. You have to attribute some of the more wins to coaching. I don't have a lot to say. They just looked a lot better. I don't remember the last time I saw the Bears in the playoffs, and then they returned the playoffs. They started off the season with 2 bad losses, which I'm pretty sure were to like the Vikings and the Lions, so you can't really blame it on them. And then they came back and had a great season.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So sad to lose him, but
Ben
Great,
Johnson,
great
yeah.
coach. Great team there. Set up for the future really well. I'm going to go back to our first headline. I said I was foreshadowing something earlier. I mean, this is like the turnaround, like what I thought Luke really meant by this. Like this season was looking like we were going to miss the playoffs for the 15th straight year in a row. It wasn't good. We were at the bottom of the Atlantic. Then some random night in Calgary, just the group of Sabres leaders got together at some restaurant and decided we don't want to suck anymore. We don't want to be bad at hockey. And since then, they have the best record in the NHL. They're 1 win away from winning their first playoff series since the 06-07 season, all because they were like, hey, we just don't want to be bad anymore. And since then, since that 7-2 loss to the Calgary Flames in December, it's been a completely different team. They had the 10-game winning streak. I was a bit worried after the Olympic break to see what would happen, but they picked up right where they left off, and this team looks legit. Hopefully they can keep it up for years and years to come now. But this was one of the most unexpected turnarounds, I think, in all sports, especially this year, maybe this 2020s decade so far as well. I mean, it's just tremendous.
they have had a very good season. I hope they lose the next round. So sorry, but
Wow.
Okay.
Canadians. I want the Canadians. Okay, sticking in hockey, I picked a more fun team. Yes, I did include Crosby in the photo. This was back in December when they completely turned around the game. They were down 5-1 with about 12 minutes to go, and Will Smith got injured, and that was your second leading point scorer. So that was seriously a huge hit to the offense of the Sharks. Macklin took a 4-minute minor for roughing. So that one, to see the team do something without Macklin and without Will, obviously Macklin played a part in the latter half, but to see someone like Tyler Toffoli who really struggled at the start of the season, I think a little bit with that lack of having a captain, a lot of people thinking he should have been the captain. It was nice to see the whole team kind of figure out an identity beyond just Macklin and just Will. And even though they didn't end up making the playoffs, I thought they became a lot more fun of a team to watch, and they did have a shot until the end. Post-Olympics was a little off, but, I mean, just down 5-1, win 6-5 in less than 12 minutes left to play, that's pretty rare. And to see even, like, the goaltenders realize that, hey, we give a lot of goals, but we can still come up in the big moments, make that big save, I think was refreshing for the team, especially since they were projected to likely take Gavin McKenna #1 overall. The fact that they're not at the bottom 4 is a huge surprise, I think, to the league.
They're going to be fun for years to come.
That's all I gotta say. I mean, I feel like there are so many teams in the NHL these last couple of years, like the Sabres, the Sharks, the Ducks for the last couple. It's just like historically, everybody knows them just bad teams, and it's really cool to kind of see them like finally become good, like get a nice young core that they can build upon for years and years to come. You mentioned Crosby earlier. It's kind of funny because they also had a little bit of a turnaround too this year.
Yeah.
Shout out the Penguins and Dan Muse for the season they've had, but yeah.
Well, speaking about the Penguins, their opponent in this playoff series is my pick, the Philadelphia Flyers, second most points in the NHL since the the Olympic break, which is where I think everything really started. You had 3 guys go play in the Olympics for the Flyers, Rasmus Ristolainen, Travis Sanheim, and Dan Vladar. 3 of those guys have been the biggest key to getting the Flyers back to that step. You had Ristolainen make some big plays for Finland in that tournament. You had Sanheim go all the way to the finals with Team Canada. Dan Vladar stepped in for the Czech Republic in a couple big games. All 3 of them got that key experience in a playoff-like atmosphere that this young Flyers team doesn't have, and they probably passed on a lot of that wisdom to a guy like number 94 right there in Porter Martone, who has been the spark plug for the Flyers out of Michigan State. And all I will say before I wrap it up, thank you, Wisconsin, for eliminating Michigan State from the NCAA tournament to get Porter Martone in Philly. Just really appreciate everyone over there.
Very different team, I think, if they don't get him. And also, Travis Konecny having as poor of a season as he did, I think him not making the Olympic roster, even though he was on 4 nations in the past, like probably was also a little bit of a wake-up call to get him going and mentor the young players as well.
Yeah. Could you ever see yourself owning a Porter Martone jersey? Like
2 months ago, no. I've actually have an order out for one, by the way.
Oh, actually?
I have an order for a Porter Martone jersey.
Wow.
I mean, he has done amazing. 2 game-winning goals in his first 2 playoff games is kind of insane.
He's awesome.
All right, well, now we'll move to the board segment. This is going to be a fun one. All of us have worked together as producers for a year and a half now, which is pretty jarring to say. So I think we have a good idea of each other's personalities, and we're going to take that to the board and compare another producer to an athlete.
All right, I'm going to go up first. All right, I don't know if she's going to like this one, but I had Gabby for mine, and I'm going to compare Gabby to Marshawn Lynch. Now, you may be thinking, what does Gabby have to do with Marshawn Lynch? So Marshawn Lynch, she's known to not like the media. This is Gabby's first time on air today. He's a crucial team player in his prime. Gabby's a crucial team player, and she's in her prime. And he recently has appeared in Euphoria, and Gabby has a little bit of edge to her. So that's why I went with Marshawn Lynch to Gabby Ochio.
Definitely would not have seen that one coming.
I think
it's an
I actually like it.
You described it really well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I do like it, and I appreciate you picking somebody that doesn't like the media.
Yeah, exactly. That was
but you work
thing.
in the communications industry, which is the funniest part.
Yeah, but I don't do interviews or anything like that.
Fair
I
enough.
just try to make you look decent by filming you.
All right. Fair enough.
Right.
You try to make your team look.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So I was tasked with comparing Haley to an athlete, and I went with Caitlin Clark. She's kind of like the face. Both are the face of their respective leagues. Caitlin, the WNBA. Haley, the face of 360 Sports. When you join, you're talking to her first. You're getting to know her first. She's the point of communication for everybody. She's a leader on and off the court. I mean, very solid comparison in my opinion. So yeah, shout out Haley, all the hard work you do.
Thank you. That was so sweet. I don't really like Caitlin Clark, but that's okay. That's okay. I get your comparison, and I appreciate it so much. That was a great comparison.
So sorry, we're page people.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But that's okay. I still appreciate it. Sorry,
Fair
that
enough.
was kind of okay. Yeah.
I like that you picked a female athlete.
Yes, that was good. All right, Gabby.
I've been told to prepare for this.
Yeah, okay. Luke, you need to bear with me here. I was tasked with picking Luke, and I took over an hour to decide what I was going to pick. I went with Alex Morgan. Here we go. The reason I went with Alex Morgan is I think she is somebody who's really good with the media. She is activating causes. She's first to everything. She does not shy away. She's very much like that personality. She goes and does a lot of events, covers a lot of sports. She helped start Together, which is a women-founded brand, which I know Luke, not a female, but he's very much a big advocate of getting things right in the media, going and finding things. He tracked the plane for forever to figure out who was going to be Penn State's new coach. So just that ambitiousness. Also, she's kind of small for her size, but she's still mighty and doesn't get bodied off the ball. And Luke is not the tallest person.
Yeah, no, okay. Didn't expect to get height mogged on the show, like not even physically, but yeah, you know.
Wow.
When are they naming that airport after you? By the way?
Oh, it's gonna happen soon. I'm telling you, it's gonna be very, very shortly. I appreciate that, Gabby. That is an apt comparison, and I did not expect it to actually work out as well.
And then the
when I first heard the
headband,
name.
the identifying feature that she's always known for, you're always wearing your polos
Good
when you're
point.
going in.
That
So I was like,
radio
okay.
Com radio.
Com radio
That
polo, com radio
Right?
polo zip.
I
Com
might
radio
have
everything.
overthought.
All right, well, now I'll head to Brennan Kirkpatrick, another guy I've had the
Same
pleasure of knowing for a very, very long time. And this is a good one for Brennan. He's a guy that's a five-tool athlete. And I think of a five-tool athlete in the MLB, I think of Mookie Betts. I think of a guy that can steal you a bag, can make a play in the field, can hit the home run or get contact at the plate. He can do everything, and that's Brennan. Brennan is excellent on air. Brennan is excellent at social media. Brennan can write. Brennan can do almost anything. He's a five-tool athlete. A real five-tool producer is Brennan Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
Shout out Steph.
Shout out
Right,
Mookie.
yeah, shout out Mookie.
Wow.
That's
Hate
great.
seeing him in that uniform.
I
but-
hate seeing him in a Dodgers uniform, but that's a good comparison.
No, I'm a big Mookie guy too.
Yeah.
I like him.
Who
So,
doesn't? Who
I mean,
doesn't? And who doesn't
he's
like
awesome.
you? So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a five-tool player.
Five-tool.
Five-tool producer, five-tool player.
Appreciate
That's
it.
my
Guys,
comparison.
super nice.
Yeah. Those are
Those are
really
good.
Those are- okay.
I think they worked out well.
Mhm.
All right, well, we shouted out ourselves, which is, I know, a little bit probably egotistical at this point.
It's fine.
Let's give some shout outs to the rest of the crew and everyone involved in 360 Sports and build a baseball team with members of the 360 Sports crew. We have a mostly complete roster of everyone in the show that we can build out our nine with. And let's start off with catcher. I think that's the position of the most intrigue.
Ooh.
I gotta.
My gosh.
What qualities are we looking for?
Are we going like
I think you
actual
need-
athletic capabilities?
No,
or
I think-
I think just in general.
I think the old school like catcher to be like a leader of the team.
yes,
like,
yes.
you know,
they see the field.
See the field,
yes,
everything,
yes.
like that
Mhm.
kind of
We need like
environment.
a.
Which is why I
visionary-
immediately lead Peyton Waddell.
I
See,
don't.
I was gonna save him
I-
because because you and I both have experience with him at another position,
Oh,
which
good
is
point.
probably
Actually,
coming up next.
That's fair. That's fair.
So that's what I was saving him for.
Is it weird if I go Gabby? I think
Gabby
doing all
Giller.
doing all of our social media.
Yeah.
She's
I
used to
like it.
seeing all of us,
she
seeing the
has
field,
vision.
right?
Okay,
Mhm.
I like that.
I like
Gabby.
She's got to make the play
That's a
call.
good
Yes.
pick.
Shout out Gabby
Totally.
Giller.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
I like
catcher,
that.
Yeah.
That's our catcher.
All right. All right.
First base, because Brennan already alluded to it.
Yeah, that's going to be Peyton Waddell, in my opinion. I mean, not only for his athletic ability, but we've seen him play there. Shout out the Andromat Softball Club. He is our starting first baseman.
All right.
But he's also kind of the leader of that infield. Like, you're always throwing over to first. Like, you're always talking to Peyton. You're always going to him.
Yeah.
Such a great guy. He's open to everybody. Super friendly to be around. I think he's a great first baseman, like kind of the leader, one of the leaders of that infield. He'll get the job done.
Dependable.
And, dependable.
Dependable.
Very
Yeah.
dependable.
We need a dependable
Yeah.
first baseman. Yeah. Peyton Waddell, first base. Yeah. I like that.
All right, second base.
Oof.
Are we approaching second base like utility type person?
See, I was
or
gonna say
very
like I was gonna say
strong?
like a glue kind of person, like someone like that. That's
All right.
that's like my
Okay.
Major League Baseball kind of
Okay.
comp for a second baseman.
I feel like we have to go somebody behind the scenes then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
100%.
More behind the scenes.
Guys, there's so many people.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of Grace. How do we feel about Grace?
that. At second base, that feels like a.
I like it.
She might hate us for
She's
it.
probably
but-
not gonna like that. Yeah. I like Grace at
This
second base.
is an imaginary world. It's not a
Yes,
real
yes,
thing. We're not
yes,
actually
yes,
fielding a
yeah.
baseball
Good
team.
utility. She knows all the positions.
Yeah, she knows
Second
all
base,
the
she has
ins
to
and
play a lot
outs.
of
Yeah,
shifts.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right. Grace Decker, second base. All right.
All right, we'll stick in baseball number order and go to third base
Okay.
because I'm a stickler for old school baseball. Hot corner.
We didn't even start with pitcher.
No, but like a pitcher always comes last.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we want to get that out of the way so we can figure out a pitcher last and have our options there.
I'm low key like third base. I'm thinking Adam Peterzak.
Yeah,
Mr.
Reliable.
You know,
Mr.
I
Reliable.
said that, but right before the show, I'm thinking Adam. I think I like Adam.
I
at
like
third.
Adam.
It's a good one.
All right, shout out Adam.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Adam third. Now we'll go to shortstop. And I'll throw someone out here, Jacob Zachariah. I think he's
I was
fantastic.
going to say
It's a good
You
Jacob.
want
fair.
some,
That's
you want
a
some
good
flashy
Jacob.
shortstop, a guy that
All right.
can do it at a high level. I think it's Jacob Zachariah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. We'll go with Jacob. Jacob. All
He'll
right.
take on the responsibility.
Okay.
Now to the outfield. You want to start right or left?
Let's go left.
We'll go left.
I'm
with
going-
7.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I'm giving the option now.
All right. Oof. I was thinking of a name before the show. I like Gwen Evans in left field. I don't know why, but I like her out there. I feel like, yeah, I'm just envisioning her under the green monster. Not that she's a Red Sox fan, but
I mean, I
I'm
could.
good with it.
I'm okay with that.
we need to
Yeah.
get some girls in here. Yeah. All
Actually,
right.
I think we have more than we have.
Yeah, we
Equal
definitely
amount
we
right now.
open with girls.
Oh,
but-
all right. Well,
Probably about an equal amount
that's
right
fine.
now.
All right.
Center field. You're gonna need range here.
Yeah.
Right.
So
A lot of ground to cover.
who's covering some ground?
Oof.
Not the
Do-
biggest bat either. So
Do
I
we
would
go?
not. Yeah, I was going
Yeah.
to.
I was gonna.
I was going to say not for his maybe
we've
outfield
we've
or
seen him
hitting
play.
abilities. But if you want to compare it to 360, I'm okay with
He-
putting him there.
Versatility.
He covers
Versatility here.
all the ground. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's done every single position that we
Mhm.
have to
Yeah, that's
offer.
fair.
We haven't said his name, Ben Barker.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
Different sports as well, versatility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Right.
not going by.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
if you watch him in the Andrew
no.
Matt softball,
Hey,
game,
yeah,
do not
let's
put him
be
anywhere
real.
near center
Athletic-
field.
Jackie
Athletically,
Bradley
don't put him there.
Jr. was an amazing center fielder.
And he batted 9.
Terrible.
Yeah, he batted 9.
So-
So, yeah. All right.
Right field.
Right field.
They need the power bat and the arm. Again, old school baseball.
I was thinking him too. I feel like he could have a nice swing. Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Put him
Okay.
in the out. Have to have a strong arm. Whatever.
Yes.
that, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go Chase Brosen for
Yeah.
right field. Yeah.
I like it.
All right.
Hopefully
like it.
he's operating the camera today. We'll see.
Just operate the camera,
Just
Chase.
operate the camera, Chase.
All right, and finally, our pitcher. Do you want to do a closer or are we just doing one? I think we just do starter.
I think we just do starter. I'm.
And who's managing this team?
Oh, we could do a manager too, but
Us?
yeah, but
Yeah.
we're like
Is it
the
us?
managers. We're like
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I saw this guy pitch with the tryouts the other day, and I mean he's elite. And you need a guy that can come in on the mound. He like the pitcher. It's all about the energy. Like if he's playing well, the rest of the team is
High
rallying
energy.
behind him.
Yeah.
And I'm really liking Ryan Chuba maybe as a pitcher.
Okay.
Mhm.
The tall frame is also
Yeah.
could be intimidating.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. He always brings the energy to the studio,
Yeah,
so
that's what I
I
was
think he
thinking.
would bring the
Yeah.
energy on the mound
Mhm.
too.
And as a photographer, we know he knows how to move.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
he has
Did
that
see him
long
crawling
arms,
earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm okay.
That works.
Hopefully we'll get
Ryan
over
Chuba, yeah.
flexible.
There's our 9. That team's winning 100 games. I
That,
I
yeah,
think
they
so.
are.
Yeah.
don't think it's a debate.
World
That we're
Series
100
champions.
games.
Yeah.
We got a few minutes left, and by actually I mean a few minutes. We all got to go around quick, give our favorite moment from this year for one last time for 360 Sports.
I guess I'll go first. I mean, there's a lot of good memories. I'll just highlight a few quick ones. Owen Ravinsky sat right here and played with this little circle on the table for like 30 minutes straight for the whole show. That was a good one. I made everyone do the scuba after a show once. That was a really good one. And I jumped out in front of the board at the Masters show.
I was gonna say that one,
Yeah.
because we fully set that shot for you to be out of frame
Yeah.
per your request,
You
and
know-
I wasn't anticipating you crawling, and wasn't
You
ready to
can't
cut
have-
away.
And then I
can't
picked my head out
anticipate
after the end
Yeah,
of the show.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can't anticipate anything with this show.
Didn't even know you were back there,
You know,
by
I
the way,
had no idea I was there.
until halfway through, and I saw your head, and I was like, why is he out there?
It was a smart decision. You can get snag the balls from behind there.
Mhm.
Yeah, they never went back there.
No.
Did they not?
No.
They
They
did
did
no, not a
No.
single
Okay.
one.
It's all right.
Thought he was
Division
just gonna
was
like
there.
try and do a trick shot at one point
Oh, that would have been cool. Little trick shot over the board.
over the board.
I
Could
could've
have been. Nobody knew he was there. Would have been
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Certainly.
Gabby?
I mean, other than that one, I feel like our questions of the day,
Yes.
they get
Mhm.
very
Very
interesting.
infamous, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they asked one today, but I like to less the sports one, but more the personality ones. I
Yes.
think those are very interesting to hear. And our intros when everybody gets on headset,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just to hear how creative people are and what they value, what they like. It's a good way to get to know people without feeling like I'm giving an icebreaker of like
Yeah.
favorite color.
I like that.
It's fair.
I'm gonna keep it simple for my favorite memory this past year. The final show of the fall semester.
I
Me,
knew this
my
one was coming.
roommates, Peyton Waddell, Justino Ricchini, Austin Moran. three of my best friends since I've gotten here at Penn State, all getting to go on air, talk about whatever it was we talked about, Clash Royale, Fortnite, whatever. The Andrew Matt Softball Club was a headline. The double box, hopefully, fingers crossed we win that award. Award-nominated double box. We'll find out tomorrow where Ben Barker throws me the Josh Allen jersey. I put that on. Yeah.
Unforgettable.
No, but it was a great show with some of my best friends that I've met up here. So it was just awesome time.
Certainly very entertaining watching
Very
from the control
entertaining.
room.
Yeah.
Lots of
I'm
yelling.
sure.
I gotta say, I'll give a quick shout out to Peyton Waddell for me and him being washed up athletes and going like semi-viral on TikTok.
I think that is our
So true.
most. It's either our first or second most viewed video on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and
Love that.
it's somehow because we're two washed up athletes. He has a state
Yeah.
championship ring. I don't, but we
Well,
don't
he's
talk
two
about
of
that.
them.
He's
Sorry, I went to his high school. I gotta flex for that.
Blaze.
A little
Stop
bit.
I was
glazing
gonna
on
say we
Brandon.
don't the Peyton
Stop
Blaze
glazing.
crazy.
Shout out Pine.
But yeah, just that, any of the social content I've been a part of, it's always fun to be on. And, I'm not on air as much, but it's always a great time to be on air. That's it, though. That's it for the year. That's it for the semester. And before we fully wrap up, I want to give a shout out to Gabby. Her first time on air, her last show as a producer, one of the original members of 360 Sports, one of the last few. You've been great for the show and everything.
Thank
Oh,
you.
we're gonna miss you
It will
so
not be the
much.
same
You
without
guys are
you.
gonna be amazing. I look forward to seeing what you guys do next year. All the changes and Madison taking over for me. I know you guys are all gonna be amazing. I'm very excited, and hopefully tomorrow's a good day for us.
Oh,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
we're sweeping awards
Oh my
for
gosh.
you.
Thank you.
For one last time, Luke Stefanisco, Gabby Vocio, Haley Miller, Brendan Kirkpatrick. This has been 360 Sports.